Hey there, and welcome to part 3 of our Northwest campaign. First things first, there was a couple questions we had in the last episode. First of them being, what is sand actually used for in trains? Because our engines, if you look here, they require water, oil, and sand, and I was curious what that sand was used for. Well, I guess it's used for traction purposes. Trains have what's called a sandbox that sits beneath the engine and actually drops sand in front of the wheels when it's slippery or wet conditions, or if they're going up a real or down a real steep incline or decline. And the sand is either sprayed on through gravity, force of steam power, or compression. Cool. So yeah, had no idea what that's used for, and now we do. The other question that we had was having to do with the train nomenclature. What is the question was, what is the, oops. Oh, let's go over to our train yard actually. Yeah, so the question was, what does this number, the numbers mean here in these train names? So I guess that's called, oh, accidentally set off the whistle there. The numbers, it's called the, what is it? Frederick White came up with it. It's called White system or something like that. Basically what it means is the first number is how many leading wheels the train has. Second number is how many primary wheels that train has, and then the final number is how many trailing wheels that has. So this decapod has two leading wheels. So that's where that 2 comes from. Oops, every time I click the screen it sets that whistle off. The 2 is for the 2 leading wheels, the 10 is for these 10 main wheels, and it doesn't have any trailing wheels. Let's go back to our research here. So yeah, for example, this Baldwin 10 wheeler has 2 pairs of leading wheels, so that's where that 4 comes from. And then it has 3 pairs of main wheels, and that's where that 6 comes from. Let's see if there's any trains in here that have any trailing wheels. Doesn't. Here's one. Yeah, so this one has 2 leading wheels, 2 trailing wheels, and then 4 main wheels. All right, that's your education for the day. On to the game. So, Rock Springs is not growing right now, so that's a bit of a problem. Let's see why that is. It is out of beer, it is out of meat, and it is out of grain. It's got a train providing meat and beer, but we're going through it faster than we can get it, so let's look into that. Let's consider sending a grain train down, even though it's super far. I know we said we maybe want to get our grain from over the Rockies here by Salt Lake, but we may need to send grain down here, let off, so we can continue to grow here. Let's see where our meat and our beer trains are and see why we're running out there. So we're getting our meat from Casper, so let's look at that trade. Oh, we have to change the name of this train here real quick. Actually, let's look at all of our trades real quick and make sure they're named properly. So we need to change the Campbell Estate train. And everything else has the city name at the front, so we're good. So let's fix that real quick. So Campbell Estate, that's our corn train going to Casper. So we'll just call that Casper. Oh, blocks. Casper corn. Cool. Back to what we were doing. So let's look at our meat supplier, which is going to be our Casper Rock Springs train right here. Okay, it's got meat. It's headed to Rock Springs. Where is it? Okay, it's almost there. So that should tick up our growth a little bit. And then let's see where our beer train, that's going to be our Rock Springs to Miles City. Oh, it's right behind. So yeah, this should actually bump back up to growth here at a quick sec. So maybe we don't need to worry about getting our grain sent down from here. I really don't want to send a train all this way, block up our lines at our stations. So I think our focus at the beginning here is just to make some money, so we can start thinking about tunneling through over to Salt Lake. And to do that, we're just going to let the game run, and we're going to make sure all of our trains are running efficiently. So let's start the game. Let's see what happens here when our meat train pulls up and how that affects our growth here. Right now we're at 43%. That's our wood. That's going to pull in here to this line, line 2. Which is going to mean that Rock Springs is going to wait for it. So let's send Rock Springs into track 1 here and speed things up. So to do that, we click on the train, click on the line, and then we go to the Rock Springs station here, and we're gonna see track 2 is getting the primary use, so we'll make our Rock Springs to Casper line go on to track 1, and it should start coming over right now. There it goes. This guy is probably also using track 2, so once the wood leaves, it should just pull right in. And it is. Beautiful. So that bumped us up to... What were we at before? I can't remember what I said. But it's going up, so that's good. Oh, we can maybe use this money to get an industry here. That would be awesome. It's gonna pop one in automatically here any moment now. And it costs 400,000 for a weaving factory, which is what we would like. Fingers crossed. Our growth now. Yeah, that wasn't enough. Well, we might just have to go ahead and get a grain train. But yeah, we're just shy. That's unfortunate. Yeah. Also wants sugar, and now we want cloth. So we can get up to that 400,000. We did buy ourselves this factory. Yeah. Want to in the future maybe put a second station over here and run lines out of it. So let's pop this down somewhere kind of in the middle here, like this. Broke again, but that's okay. Broken down. Alright, so let's unclog our trains a little bit. Maybe we can get things running a little bit more efficient. So like, for example, this guy's, he's using up our lines and he's only delivering two loads of wood. So let's change it so that he doesn't leave hook chopping until he has, oops, until he has at least, let's say, 5 cars. And maybe we'll do the same with this one here. Oops, that is not what I meant to do. You are... Sleep. Where are you? Oh, you're going back. We'll set you also to only leave once you get five rail cars. Oh, that's the one you just did. This is the one we want. I did it again. This guy. Minimum of 5 cars. That could create some... I was gonna say it could create some congestion, but each of our wood trains has its own track here at the station, so we're good. So he will not leave until he gets one more car. Down. Trains keep breaking down. Alright, let's do the same thing for our other commodity. Five. I don't know if 5 is the right number to go with. I'm just arbitrarily picking that. We need to set up some tracks here, actually, cross tracks. We need to take a look at that. Okay, yeah, we'll set this guy the same. We don't want you to have 5. We don't have anybody running on that. I thought we set up a train of grain going to Casper, didn't we? Casper, yeah, we did. Oh, okay. Yeah, so we do need to set up some cross tracks there. So right now you can see highlighted in orange. This train is, because it can't get on to this track right now because it's starting on track 1 in the station. There's no crossover to come over to this way, so it's going all the way over to here, clogging up our Miles City station, and then going back out, coming all the way back in, and then back out. So we need to set up a cross track here, or we can just start it on track 1. I think we'll do both. Okay. So, from Stewart Preserve, we want you on... Or not. Do that. Why can't we put our train on track 2? I don't know why that's blocked off. Oh, because there's no way it would be able to come back in because it's going to be going the wrong way. Because if you look at our signals, yeah, we have this set as one way, as it should be. So we'll set in crossings right here. And then we'll do same thing over here. Signals. Okay, we actually don't. We want this part to not be directionals. So we want the train to be able to go both ways. Is that directional there? I want it directional on this side. Oh, great. Affecting it all the way back there? It is. Oh, okay. I think if we set up a crossover here, back to be able to cross over to the side to come back over, that should fix that problem. Alright, so what we got is signal there, so this train will stop and wait for this. This is no longer directional, good. This also is not directional, so we want to fix that. Move this up there, like so. Don't want to signal here, because if a train stops right there, it will potentially block this area. Yeah, Yep. Cool. Great. So now we could go back to our Casper grain train. Set it to start on track 2 now. Great. Set this at a minimum of 5. And now our train is going in a much more efficient route. Alright, I like it. What's your problem? Breakdown. And let's just watch our trains for a while and see if we get anything clogged up. Okay, breakdowns.
When your trains break down, it is a reflection of your company's management.
Reduce our maintenance time some. What does this do for us? Lubricant. Oh, you know, I guess we still haven't answered our question as to why we never see the sand go down. Maybe once we start going on some real steep inclines, we'll see some sand use. And I know there's some thunderstorms that pop up in certain spots, like flashing right now. Yes, there's a storm right here. So I wonder if a train goes through a storm, if it'll use some sand. We should test that next time we catch a storm over one of our lines. Okay. Oh yeah. Clean up any messes we get into. Rock Springs is still not growing. I think we do need to send that grain train down. Unfortunately. Not getting beer fast enough. We could set up a second, yeah, let's set up a second Miles to Rock Springs line. I like that idea. Where is it right now? Rock Springs, Miles, where are you? Right in back. So perhaps if we send one leaving right now, that should be good. Or no, let's wait until it gets to Rock Springs. And once it does, we'll start a line going from Miles down to Rock Springs, and that way they'll kind of meet at a halfway point, theoretically. Nicely paced. We're getting the beer there. And then we'll probably also start picking up some passengers that way. Eventually we'll get a second station dedicated just to passengers. But before we do that, I think I want to get through the Rockies here. Connection bonus. If we get a train set up here by January 8th, get 96,000. That much. Alright, so we're just waiting on that beer train to arrive. Rings, and then we'll set up another Miles to Rock Springs line so we get beer at a more steady rate. And it'll make us more money. Do we have enough to upgrade to our faster train? We do. This current train we're running on is going 37 miles per hour with 109% tractive power. This one is going considerably faster with only 96% tractive power, but if we look at our line going from Rock Springs to Miles, it's relatively flat. So we don't need much tractive power. Alright, so that beer train's arriving now, or it's about to. It broke down, of course, but we can go ahead and get this line set up now. It'll take a second for it to load anyways. Okay, new train. From Miles all the way down to Rock Springs. Oh, we also need to get our cotton train going. Forgot about that. That'll help with our growth as well. Oh, let's get this.
Woo! Is your new locomotive as quick as it looks?
Ooh. Get one. Hire a security guard for that, it'll increase our freight prices. Get that new engine. So it looks sort of lightweight and fast. Running at 34 miles per hour, which is not its top speed. Wonder if once it gets on this straight runaway, it'll pick up its pace. Still not going that fast. Is this much of an incline right here? It seemed like it. Maybe it's because we're hauling freight. It can't go its top speed. If we were hauling passengers, it was a little lighter. I bet you we could. So that makes me wonder how fast the other train is going with its better tractive power. Look at that. What did I say I was going? Like 33? And this train, which is technically slower, is going about the same speed, if not faster. So the tractive power, I guess, is a little more important on the freight train. So we should probably reserve our new train for the Inyo, I think it was called, for passenger lines. Alright, let's get our cotton train set up. Little ways away. Question is, do we want to run it through the station or bypass it? I think we'll bypass it. Wrong button. Didn't mean that. Build a small station here.
You've strengthened your hand considerably with this station.
Expensive because it's hilly and there's a river. I have to build a bridge. Oof, yeah, it's like 200 grand, really, just for this really short line. Is there a cheaper way we could do this? Probably not. Might be cheaper if we run it around this hill here, so this is where these contour topographical lines really come in handy. You can really easily see
More stations mean
where
more
your hills
profit.
are. Okay, so we're saving a little money doing it like that. Every penny counts right now. Let's just build that. Delete this. Oh, hilly. Yeah, there's no choice. Kind of just dips down into this little mini valley here, so we gotta do it. Oh, we get a cool bridge, and bridges are cool. Alrighty. Alright, over here. And set up our signal. Like so. Directional signal. There. Huddle up some signals there. Do we have a supply station? Oh? Yes, there it is. Cool. Let's get some signals going that way. Excellent. A train running now. Start making our cloth. Gonna be time to start expanding our stations here soon so we can get 4 lines. We're gonna start getting clogged up. And we'll stick with the 10-wheeler. We can hire a conductor. What does he do? 10% passenger. We'll hire you. And I think we're getting some passengers probably on our Rock Springs to Miles City lines. Very many. Where is it? What about on this one? Just beer. Rock Springs is growing again. Cool. Great. It's getting the beer it needs. It's still not getting enough meat though. So we need a second meat train. Casper. Oh, Casper has room for an industry. We might just let that one auto fill in because we really want to get across to Rocky, so we need to save money. Let's see how much that's going to cost us actually. Station comfort. We're not getting very many passengers, so we're not going to spend money on that right now. Why aren't we getting enough meat? Rock Springs. Let's see. Rename that. Rock Springs. Cool. Okay, what did we... Casper Rock Springs. Is it here? Maybe not. Okay. He must be delivering meat to Isles as well. Cost to upgrade this. Can't. I have to purchase it first, probably. That's very expensive. So you can upgrade your factories, your industries, so they produce more, but you have to buy it first. Can't afford that right now. We're not getting our meat steadily enough to Rock Springs. We still don't have grain. But we're bringing cotton now. That'll help. And we'll start producing the cloth, which will also help. Alright, so yeah. Main priority now is just bringing in money. I really wish my trains would stop breaking down. Got maintenance. Getting so many breakdowns. We have a maintenance station here? Yes. Pop that, had a hired already? Yeah, pop them on there. Alright, I think it's time to start upgrading our stations here. Yeah, this guy's gonna get stuck waiting. Guy, wait. Yeah, it's time. Let's do that. Let's start with Casper because it's getting the most traffic right now. Cost 100,000. Yep. So we're gonna probably want to move this supply tower somewhere else. So I like to overextend first and then delete the line after. Makes things nice and.
What do we have here? Ah, a new technology.
Stop stealing my stuff. Oh. Name on. Setting it up this way makes it so that any train coming in from any line can get to any one of the tracks in this station here. So this guy's coming over here, and we want him to just pass through on this track over here. You can do that by coming over here, then over here, like that. Not the ideal space spot for that station. It's gonna cost some. But I don't really know a better spot because we want it to get this one too. We don't want to have to give this this line its own supply station and this line its own supply station. We'll leave it for now, and if it seems like it's clogging things up too much, we'll fix it later. All right, we got those set up. And let's just start reassigning trains so things don't get clogged up. So this guy here, he's waiting for Cheyenne to Casper, which is probably this one. Yes. Miles to Casper, and this is Rock Spring to Miles. So I think what we'll do is we'll set this outer one here for trains to just pass through. And then we'll use these three for trains that have to load and unload stuff. So we'll put Miles to Casper on track 3. The tracks go starting from the station out, so it's track 1, 2, 3, and 4. So let's put you in Casper on track 3. And then we'll put you, which just needs to pass through Casper and go to Rock Springs on track 4. Can't select Casper because it doesn't have a stop there, but we can set a waypoint. And all you do to do that is click on the track. Oh, oops, I added Casper as a stop. That's not what I meant. Add that. So from Rock Springs through Casper, so we need to push this up to there, so it goes like that. And then we need to click it one more time so that on its way back it also goes. Oh yeah, so it goes from Rock Springs through waypoint 1 over to Miles City. Goes back from Miles City. It passes through waypoint 2. Also this track. So when we start it back up, both of these guys should be free to move. Yep, there we go. Beautiful. Cool, we're getting things running more efficiently, and efficiency equals more money. Put a signal here so this guy can move up closer. That train right now so we can cross over. Great. Love it. So we'll just keep keeping an eye on things as we're making money, make sure that things aren't getting too congested. We are waiting for Rock Springs to Miles City. I wish you could click right here and it would take you to that train. Rock Springs to Miles City. Okay, so he's just waiting for this guy to go through. That's cool. We're okay with that. Put you on track 2. Great. Why not have a supply station on this here? No, I don't. Pop one down here. Oh. Still not getting that growth we want in Rock Springs. And let's go ahead and expand here too. Do the same thing. This curve should be smooth enough to where we can get all of our crossings set up nicely. If you do too sharp of a turn, you can't set up these nice where is it? Can't set up these nice crossings like we did here. And eventually, once we get real busy, we'll probably just have 4 lines running all the way along here. Alright. Take a look at our signaling. Or let's just set up the other side first. Check our signals. We want one here. That's okay. Pop one here. Again, I don't really like having the supply towers so close to our stations. Got potential to clog things up, but when we got more money, we might fix that. Okay, I think that should be okay if we don't. Cool. Yeah, we'll watch this here for a second, then it's probably time to wrap up this part. Cotton coming in. See where we're at with our demand, or meeting our demands for that 0. So maybe when that pulls in, we're still only at 49%. I was hoping that cotton would maybe push us up. Rock Springs to Miles. Can't put you over on this side now because of where you're at, but in the future we can have you pull into here. Have you just pull into 1 for now though. It's getting used much less anyways. Have you go into 3. You're gonna have to wait. Yeah, so let's have you go into 3. Wait. There we go. Rock Springs to Casper. This one. Oh, is that one? Miles to Rock Springs. Oh, we want that to go on track 4 in the future. Second one. Back. Go. Cool. So in the future, instead of waiting for these trains here, this guy's just bypass it all. But for now, he's stuck. Alright, so made things run more efficiently, it would seem. I think that's a good place to leave this off. And next time we'll keep making money, and then I'm really hoping that part 4 we can push over to Salt Lake. Yeah, thank you for watching. We will be back soon and hopefully get over those Rockies. Catch you next time.